Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keurings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and hopefully on DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Monday, the 2nd of March, 2026. My name is Andre Paul, and the co-host of the show is none other than Lady J. Lady J, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
But I checked that this morning. Everything was fine. I made sure I checked it out this morning for sure.
Okay, getting better.
Yeah? Is there? You want to try the other one? The other headphone?
I'm hearing you.
Yeah? Okay, good. Because I made sure first thing when I came inside this morning, I checked it out to make sure everything was all right. All righty.
Yes, Andre, good morning to you. How was your weekend?
My weekend was stressful. But I went into all the details earlier, and so no need to go
No, you
for
don't
that
have
right
to
now.
go into it. As long as you're feeling good.
Yeah, I'm a lot
And
better.
I'm happy to see that. And Andre is back to Andre.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I really wasn't all at there, man. Last week there.
Yeah.
For like about 3 days last week. Yeah, but and of course it just got to the point where I knew, okay, I gotta go and check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was your weekend?
Good, quiet. Always have to make time for mom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, how's she doing, by the way?
She was good on the weekend, but I had to take her for some blood tests, etc., etc. She was good on the weekend. Yeah. Mom is mom.
Yeah.
Mom is the mom we love.
That's how it is. That's how you see. When you're getting young. That's the problem. That's the one day I'll get just as young. I'll get just as young one day. Yeah, just like that. So I imagine it's going to be the same thing. And I was talking to somebody about that on the weekend, saying that's the thing. When you see the older you are, your body is less able to fight off, infections and challenges and things like that, because the older you are, your body's immune system is becoming a lot more, weak and so on. It's just one of the realities of old age. Sorry, of young age.
Of getting older might be better words.
Yeah.
Of getting older.
Yeah, one of the realities of getting, as you put it, getting older. But we all will get there one day. Yes. All right. So, anything you want to mention before we move on?
Just the fact that this week is International Women's.
Oh yes. Tell us a little more about that.
Not much about it, but March 8th, and dedicating this week to women. So we'll be interviewing women that are in business, women that are in the medical field, women in insurance, whatever and whoever we can get for this week. Definitely some of them will be in. Catherine Seeley's, we've confirmed her to be here. On Friday, of course, we spoke to Kay Dorothy. Remember, she's a cancer survivor and also the president of Faces of Cancer. And so we had a really great chat on Friday with her. So that started our week. So it's Friday to Friday. So every day we may have 1 or 2 ladies coming in here. Strictly females, no males, Andre.
That's fine.
So make sure if you get any male appointments, you ask them to place it for next week, because we want to feature women this week, you know?
Yes. So, on that note, Lady J, I'm often, I often think about what constitutes a real woman. What's a woman? Because about International Women's Day, and we generally think of a woman as you described a while ago, a business person, for all intents and purposes. They are successful. Maybe they have a particular type of employment, and they're exceptional. They stand out. This sort of thing. But at the end of the day, what really makes
it's
a
all of the
woman?
above. It's all of the above you just mentioned, but we must still mention the woman who is the housewife. She's still a worker. She's still keeping up the house. I mean, chances are maybe it can stem from whether she didn't have much education or she didn't have education, but it could also stem from a woman who has education. But it so happens that in the household, the husband or they both are saying that we need to take care of the child or the children. And so therefore, for a certain amount of years, I'm going to stay home to take care of the home and the children. Once the children get to a certain age, then I'll go and work. I know my mom was one of those. She stayed home and take care of us. The minute we got to a certain age, my mom was working. She worked until she was probably in her 60s. My mom worked. So, I mean, yeah, and of course, one who respects a lot. She's got to respect other women is important as well. But yes, Andre, all of what you've said, and in this day and age, of course, women are seen and women are not necessarily, but to a certain extent, we are getting there, equal pay, because that was always a problem where women would always get less. And I'm happy that today some women can say that I am pulling in that salary as the man is. So yeah, women.
I wrote down a few things, a few things that I think constitute a real woman. Okay, and I think it applies to both men and women, right? I think these are the qualities that make up. Before I respond to what you're saying a while ago there. Remember during our program for Valentine's, remember a gentleman called the show, and he said he was married to this particular lady. I think he said for 20 years, and he said that she was actually illiterate. You remember that discussion?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, yes.
And
true,
I wish I could get a chance to interview him.
Well, if he's hearing.
And to ask him, honestly, I'd really love to do an interview with a gentleman like that, to ask him what life must have been like, somebody who is illiterate, because he said basically she just had to stay home, right? And of course be a housewife and so on. And he had to take the responsibility of being the main breadwinner.
Right.
So I'm sure there are lots of challenges in that, right? But while my grandmother, for example, she wasn't illiterate, right? I think she was, semi-literate. I think that's what it was. But I just found her to have some exceptional qualities.
Exactly.
And these are some of the qualities that I want to mention, right? Number one, that lady was God-fearing, okay? That lady had respect, right? And she honored God in her actions. So she was God-fearing. This is something that's lacking in a lot of men and in a lot of women these days, okay? She was strong. Okay, she was a strong woman, and she was. When I say strong, I don't mean physically strong. She was
mentally.
Yes, and she took on the responsibility of raising a family. Okay, she was a sort of. Although again she was not highly, intelligent, right? But she had a shop, right? Which she managed that shop, as a matter of fact. Okay, and she was able to manage a home. Okay, and she was able to do those things.
Right.
So I think that's what made her strong. She was also very, very capable, right? She took on whatever challenges that she was confronted with, and she was able to solve all of them. Whatever came our way, we just knew that she had a way of resolving it, right, with the help of course, her husband. But we just saw our grandmother as the one, doing those things, not necessarily our grandfather, although he was a strong guy as well, more so physically. Also, my grandmother was a wise woman. Man. One of my greatest fears, Lady J, and to our listeners, was that when my grandmother would die, okay, because we knew that was going to come one day, my greatest fear was, how am I going to manage without that lady? Because I always found her to be, she had this vision. She had a way of seeing things before they actually happen. Okay, and let me give you a little story. It's a true story. Okay, one time I remember I was dating a girl, and she knew I was dating that girl. And the girl put me a little go well kind of thing. Back in the day. So maybe that was my first go well. I don't remember. And I told my grandmother what happened and everything. And then she said to me, she's going to call you, right? She said she's going to call you. So I said to her, but Mama, but how? And I want the girl to call because, I go in for my go well. So I said, how the girl is going to call? She told me, I'm telling you, she's going to call you. So I asked her, when do you think she'll call? She said she's going to call today. And my grandmother had no direct association with the lady. Before the end of the day, the lady actually called for true.
And what was her first words?
You mean the lady that called me?
The girlfriend.
I don't remember, and I don't really care to remember anyway.
Why, Andre?
No, but the main point is that my grandmother said she's going to call today.
Okay, so that part was done, but
Okay.
I mean, called to say,
that's
I'm
my business.
sorry.
That's my business.
I just wanted to know if she called to say, I'm sorry.
So my grandmother was wise. She was a wise woman. And I used to say, like before I make some major decision, I'll always go to her and ask her, what do you think about this and that and the other? Because I've been burned so many times already. I used to make my decisions without her. I didn't I figured I don't need her to give me any advice. Right. That lady was, she was a step ahead of everything. I said, Mama, before she died, I said, Mama, how you used to know those things? How would you know? And her answer to me was, I see the thing before it even reached the corner. I never forget the lady tell me that.
She has insight. Yeah,
she was a wise woman. She's smart. I've never seen something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I used to say, boy, when that lady's dead, how am I going to even make it? That was one of my biggest fears. So I think, that a wise woman is a wonderful thing. Another thing she was, Lady J, and we're talking about International Women's Day, is kind. She was very kind. My grandmother was extremely kind to everybody. My grandmother didn't hold a grudge against anybody. She loved everybody. I mean, my grandmother would cook food and leave food there for whoever would pass by later. Whether somebody passes by, doesn't pass by, she just extra. Yes, there was always extra. She lived there.
In those days, Andre, that's how they did it.
She was kind. And I remember she was always on her knees praying. I used to go into the room there and see my mother praying. She used to have a little what do you call it? Her little shrine. She had a little shrine there with a little a candle and a this and a that, and that's how she did her little worship time. So my grandmother was just a kind and God-fearing woman. She wasn't perfect. I won't say she was perfect as anything else.
No,
but
we are not.
Yeah, but she was wise and kind. And she was also hardworking and diligent. Okay, she was hardworking.
That's some of the qualities for sure.
Diligent. That lady used to manage that household, man. So when we hear about International Women's Day and so on, I'm just saying to myself, hey, I hope our ladies, especially our young ladies, that they still have these qualities in them that I just mentioned there. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right, it's just true. You want a woman that is educated and so on. You don't want somebody who is illiterate. I mean, I have all due respects to people who are that way. I don't have anything against anybody. I'm just making that point. I think most of us would like to have somebody who's literate. But I'm saying, apart from that, right, these are the qualities,
well,
right?
People can build on themselves eventually, if the husband is a strong husband too, go back to school, do this, do that. So, it depends. Yeah, it depends on, if the man loves, as you say, if she's not well educated, but he can also assist, especially if there's money for her to fulfill her education, because sometimes it's not possible. I
really hope we, the parents, I say we because I'm a parent as well, that we help to instill all those values, right, in our children. Yeah, because when you see those children leave the house, one day they're going to be somebody's husband or somebody's wife. And then
a mother, father.
Exactly. And you have to ask yourself, what is it that the person is bringing into the life of this other person? Okay?
That's why values are so important, Andre. If we teach our children to understand the values in life and in living and family, they will take that with them. They will take that with them and they will bring it into their family. I know for one thing, for me, and that has nothing to do with international, but we're talking about family, my parents did put their hands on us, beat us, all 6 of us. The older ones got more than the younger ones, okay?
I think in our home, the boys got it worse than the girls. Yeah.
But Andre, I never put my hand on my daughter.
I agree.
No, that's one of the things I said that I would never do, and I never did. But what I did is the things that she loved, like going to the beach. She loved going to the beach. That was something she looked forward to on a weekend. That's where she was grounded. You are not going. Television must be turned off at 10 o'clock. In this case, 9 o'clock. So you take an hour from her. Your girlfriend is coming over to spend the weekend. Not this weekend. You know? And these things would hurt because they would make her cry. These things would hurt. But I never put my hand. I just think, okay, my dad, later on when I spoke to my dad, I think I mentioned that. He said that's the way he was brought up. But Andre, I still think even if that's the way you're brought up, your education is also different. Why couldn't you tell yourself, I don't need to beat, but I need to speak? I need to communicate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It takes a while for them to learn that they have to communicate.
And I'm glad you made that point, you know, about the discipline. And that's the problem. I think a lot of us now, what we do now, we don't discipline, or we'll discipline very little. And sorry, we feel sorry for the children. Because remember you said a while ago, she used to cry.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, the tendency is to feel sorry. Now, you can feel sorry, but then you're still firm. That, you know, not this weekend, no beach for you, you know, that kind of thing.
But so Andre, you have to add to it. After you've done that, you have to be able to tell them why you did it. You don't just do it and you leave it. You say, because mommy did not like what you did, and so therefore, this is what I'm going to do. I'm taking this away from you. You are not going to go to the beach this week, right? Or if not, there's Saturday and Sunday, you wanted to go twice, no, you're only going once. Something like that. But
right.
You had to.
Yes.
You know,
so that's
so
what
she's
saying.
Aware.
And when we do that, we're not supposed to feel like, let them know that you feel sorry, you know. And sometimes we feel so sorry that we actually change our mind. Yeah, we say, well, you know, they already punished them enough already, kind of thing. Oh, you have another problem where you have the parents now who are
husband and wife.
They're arguing about the mode of punishment. So there's an argument going on there. Oh, leave the children alone.
Yeah.
Leave
husband
the child
says
alone.
One thing, wife says another.
Yeah, so that's another problem.
That happens in homes. It used to happen. Even at my home, if my dad put his hand on us, my mom would question it. But when she put her hand on us, my dad would question it. So, I mean, hey, you know.
Yeah, but like you, I've never used corporal punishment, right, on any of my children. No,
that's good. No, I really, Andre, I mean, to take a belt and beat a child, I don't know. I couldn't do that, Andre. I just couldn't do it.
And you know why we couldn't do it even? Well, I shouldn't say we, because lots of people who got it and they gave it to their children. For me, I didn't like it. I found it was excessive. It wasn't necessary.
Me neither.
Right? And as I said, my grandfather, he'd let you have it a lot more, the boys, than my sisters.
So you mean like 6 strokes or whatever, or more?
Man,
or 2?
I don't even think he had to give you 6. He was so strong. Right?
One was enough.
He was so strong. Sometimes just his hand would just grab you. And that alone would send chills through your body, because when you feel his strength, because he was a very strong guy. Okay? So when he held you, right, that's part 1. And then comes
you didn't urinate on you, did you, in those days?
All I know is I try to run. You try to run, and you know these are the times. See that? My grandmother would say to him, "Okay, you know what I mean? Enough already."
Yes.
She would intervene.
Yes.
I say that lady was just in a class by herself. She wasn't like afraid of him.
Yeah.
We were afraid of him.
Yeah. Well, one thing I did, like I said, Andrew, when I got older, and I did have a conversation with my dad, because the good thing is I love both of them, but there were times, like I said, when they, you know, put their hands on us, you know, as kids, you're like, I don't like mommy, I don't like daddy, that sort of thing. But then as you get older, you realize that it was probably better in your household, because your friends would tell you, I got licks for this and I got licks for that. So, you know, you started thinking to yourself, oh, well, it's better at my home. I better stay right here, because little things come to your mind. I want to run away. You know, those little thoughts come to your mind. So years later, when I spoke to my dad, and he did say he was sorry. He did.
You actually got a sorry?
Imagine my dad was no problem. He said, if I felt that way, you know, he's sorry. he didn't mean it that way. That's the way he was brought up. That's the punishment that they got for whatever they did. And it wasn't like in certain homes, if you went into the fridge and you took something without asking, bam, you get a beating. It wasn't like that at my home. Well, I don't know for my top three, because I'm only talking about the three, my sister, me, and my brother, okay? But my first three, I know they got a lot of licks. Yeah. They got a lot.
Yeah, well, we ain't got a lot, huh? We got a ton.
Well, that too, if you want to use that word, but they got.
And you know, the thing, the irony is that despite the fact that, you know, we know what he would do, we'd still mess around.
We are kids, Andre.
That's amazing.
We're kids.
Yeah.
We kids. They were kids too.
Yeah, we know how he would react, and we still for example, he had his room was his little Shangri-La. Nobody goes inside there.
Yeah.
Nobody goes inside there. And we would still tiptoe in there.
What's he up to?
Yeah, tiptoe in there when he's out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Boy, that was a big risk, because sometimes you never know when he's returning. One time I remember he had this bicycle. He used to call it a horse. That thing was so high, right? And one time he went out, because nobody's supposed to go on that horse for anything. So he went out
on the bike.
Yeah, he went out, and I decided to take the horse and go and ride the thing, you know,
on the road
in the lane. I mean, I couldn't climb it, but I could probably like go on the side, you know, step on the pedal, you know, and balance myself and so on. Boy, I did riding, man. I did pedaling. And the man, they stand up at the top of the lane with his arms folded.
I'm waiting for him.
Watching me. He's there watching me, because he probably saying to himself, the boy doesn't realize I can see what he's doing, because you don't mess around the man's thing. When I look up, I saw the shape of his body, because it was kind of evening time. So I sheepishly took the bike and I couldn't put it back inside. Boy, when we say sharp, boy, oh my gosh, I got it. I'm not supposed to go in the man's thing.
Did you have time to say, I'm sorry, Daddy?
Sorry?
I was just, really?
What are you talking about? Yeah, and I couldn't lie, because he actually saw me doing the thing.
Yeah.
So
and not only that, you couldn't put it back.
Yeah,
terrible,
exactly.
Andre.
I just took I could have brought the thing inside long, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you take this.
Yeah.
You take this.
Yeah.
But apologize. What he did, I must admit, in later years, he began now sort of like courting us.
But that's his apology.
Let's play. Yeah.
That's his apology.
Yeah,
that's his way. Yeah.
Let's play rummy.
Yeah.
Let's play dominoes.
Yeah.
Right. Let's. That's his way. You know, he would, for example, ask me to give him a ride in my vehicle, things like that. And if the vehicle has a problem, he tried to fix it as best as he could. That was his way of, I guess, showing, hey, listen, I acknowledge now that maybe I went a little extreme, maybe, because...
as they get older, they soften up a little bit, you know? Remember that, Andre? As they get older, they soften up a little bit. That's probably why the later children don't get as much disciplinary action as the others.
You're last.
They're tired. They're slowing down. You know?
Okay. Anyway, before I forget, let me do the menu for today at the Thomas of Bread place. Today's lamb bouillon and saltfish bouillon, and I can tell you both of them taste really, really good.
I just cannot understand this saltfish bouillon. I've only heard it here.
Yeah, I'd never heard of saltfish bouillon in my life until
you tasted it.
Yeah, and I was saying, that sounds weird. Saltfish.
It does.
It tastes really, really good. It really does. Yeah, it really does taste good. It's not salty. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. So you have lamb bouillon and saltfish bouillon, and don't forget the CMOS beverages. And I want your little take in a little while, because folks, I was actually able to finally keep my word to Lady J, which is to give her those CMOS beverages, right? So remember to try the wide variety of CMOS beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanuts and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed CMOS with milk or without milk. So that's happening at the Thomas of Bread place today. Lamb bouillon and saltfish bouillon. So Lady J, now folks, let me tell you, Lady J came to my house there on Friday because she knew I wasn't 100%.
I didn't know where you lived though.
Yes, she found out. She found out, boy. Yeah, just like, all ladies do eventually. They know exactly where I live.
I had to ask. Thank you, Luther.
so Lady J came to bring something for me which I forgot in the studio. And at the same time now she left my home and I said, I forgot to tell her I had the CMOS in the refrigerator for her. So I called her quickly, she came back and I gave it to her. So Lady J, I mean, I know it was nice and thick, so what did you think?
Well, there were two of them. So I sampled it first and I was like, ooh, that's very
Same flavor
sweet.
or different flavors?
No, the two peanuts.
All right.
Yeah. So I sampled it first and I said, ooh, that's really thick. I mean, I can make like 2 out of it. So I gave hubby 1. I tried to share 2 with my mom, but she didn't want much, so I had more. Andre, it was, I know you probably like it thick, but I liked when I diluted it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. It was still very good.
Okay.
It was too thick. It was too thick. It was still very good because you could still shake and, you know, get a lot out of it.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying that for her to change their style in doing it, making it, if that's what the clients like, the clients like that. But I would like mine a little less thick.
I think the CMOS sells even more than her food. Yeah, she sells the CMOS by the dozens. Yeah.
Oh, the plain one, you mean? The original?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people love them.
I love the peanut. I love the peanut.
Now, let's say good morning to the best neighbor in the world. Can you guess who that is?
Josiane
Lacher.
Well, where was she? Where does she live? Opposite you, slanting?
Yeah, so that house directly opposite.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's where she lives.
And Paul and
Tony?
And Tony
is
would
just
be
next
lower from you.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah,
diagonally across from me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the White House that was across there. Next time you come, I'll give you a guide.
So, Andre, let me
tour.
get into your family. How you all were able to get the house directly across?
Oh, it belonged to, again, my grandparents.
Oh, so that lane is the Paul's lane. It better be at the top of the road, Paul's lane.
Yeah.
You all need to write that.
Yeah, so they own that house and the other one there as well. And in their will, they willed where I am to me and where Tony was to him.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And were you contented? Is that the one you would have preferred? Or the one Tony's in?
Well, to be honest with you, my grandmother said to me, and that's an important thing, she said to me, if you see it were a stranger who took care of her, she would have done the same thing for the stranger.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's who was there for her. Okay? Right, so that's what it was. So I qualified.
Well, Tony's
so anyway,
not there to respond to that.
So Josiane Lacher is celebrating her birthday today.
Oh, Josie. Happy birthday to you.
And she's one of our biggest fans, I can tell you. One of our biggest fans. Okay, so I know she's listening right now and her family. So happy birthday to Josiane Lacher from the entire family, especially your daughter Carla and also your grandson Hugo.
March the 2nd. My sister is March the 4th. She's coming up, Professor Cynthia Barra-Giles. Her birthday is on Thursday.
Okay, I have a few friends, including my last daughter, celebrating in March. Yeah, quite a few of my friends celebrating in the month of March. Vanetta's birthday is this month.
Is in March? Okay.
Yeah,
Hi, Vanetta. Nice person. Nice individual.
There's one, Imogene. That's my very good friend, Imogene. She's celebrating her birthday this month. One of my exes celebrates her birthday on the same day with Nairobi. Yeah, one of my exes' name is Joan. Yeah, so Joan's celebrating her birthday at the end of this month as well. And a few others. I don't remember all of them right now, but I'll be making notes.
You know, Andre, I'm still baffled by that because you are proud when you say my exes, you know, it's and you speak to them and you always mention that you speak to them very well. They speak to you very well. But when you talk about your exes and you've seen a present young lady, that's your lady. The exes eventually get to know this is young lady. This is your lady. You bump into them anywhere. How is that relationship?
Bump into whom?
Your exes when you're with the present lady.
But well,
we're not talking about this lady. We're speaking about any.
So
time.
you mean if I'm with my current lady,
and not necessarily this one. We're just talking about at the time,
right?
And you see exes,
and I bump up with an ex.
How is that relationship?
How you mean? Hey, you're right there. Nice to see you. All is well. Okay.
And the present is aware that Jay and Mary,
maybe not. I mean, I don't really talk about those things.
Oh, okay. Because you were so open when you mention it.
Yeah.
So I was wondering how is that.
Yeah, man. I feel pretty good about that, to be honest with you, because I know that a lot of exes don't even speak to each other.
No.
Yeah.
No, for whatever reason.
So I don't have that situation at all, except I think in one case. I think just one case.
So, Andre, I mean, I don't want to talk about your business, but since we're talking about...
Of course you want to.
I don't want to talk about your business.
And
There's a difference.
I'll indulge you.
But, okay, thank you. I like that word, indulge me. Yeah. But how do you stop a relationship? Is it because the communication, in your case, is it because the communication, not stop, I would say end, end. The communication is dying out. The person is involved with somebody else and you find out, or you involved with somebody else and the person find out. I'm not asking you to talk about each one, but take one in particular. How do you, that eventually, when it's over, you're still the person's friend?
Well, I think the reason for that is because they all left me. So you see?
Well, it's good to be honest, Andre.
Yeah, all of them.
It's just good to be honest.
Yeah, all of them.
I like your honesty.
Yeah. So that makes
Don't
it
go
easier.
overboard. Don't go overboard and say, no, I left them when you know it's not true.
No. That wasn't the case at all, at all. I think they realized that I was a rambunctious young fella. You understand? So, the typical young lady would not put up with that for very long. But it's all good. I tell you, it's all good. Most young
you
fellas,
had to learn. You had to get your experience. So that's why you were moving from one to the next. But Andre, I hope you slow down.
No.
Oh, you're not talking about moving from one to the next?
But if they move, what you want me to do? Stay there?
Andre, but I thought you meant you had someone and they didn't know and you thought it was okay and they found out you had someone and then they left you. Isn't that the story? No?
Well, there were various reasons.
Okay.
Each one, without going into any detail, was unique. You understand?
Okay.
So for each one, there was a reason. But at the end of the day,
they left you because you still wanted to hold on to them. I got you.
Not necessarily, though. Not necessarily.
But you would prefer them leaving?
Yeah,
instead.
of course.
Okay.
I can advise fellas, if you're listening, guys, always let the ladies be the ones to leave.
Okay, why? Well, give me a reason why.
Because there's no revenge, there's no anger, there's no animosity. When you see, this, what is it? Was it Shakespeare? Hell hath no fury as a woman scorned. Yeah, man. That's the worst thing to do. The lady, if you leave her, she takes that personally. Boy, you crazy? You want to leave a lady? Because it's a blow to the ego.
About, Andre. I read a lot of stories and I see a lot of stories.
So Shakespeare was wrong.
No, he may have been right, but I'm saying maybe to the 50%, but there's the other 50%, Andre. When you read stories and you hear how she wanted to leave him, the ending story, he killed her. What do you mean?
He killed her?
Yes, because he didn't want her to leave him.
No, we're talking about me, right?
No, you just said it's better for the woman to leave the man.
Yes.
You just said
it's always better.
You didn't say it's better for you. You said in general.
But it doesn't mean that because she leaves that every male would accept it. You have to understand.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's 50%.
The exceptions to every rule. But generally, when the lady does the leaving, it's a lot easier. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. You don't have to deal. That's why I tell you right now, the relationship is beautiful. I know all of them. We chat nicely and so on. We greet each other. Some of them even check on me, right? Depending on what's going on. Sometimes it could be my birthday or whatever. They check on me. Hey, are you? I just checking on you. All is well. There's a nice relationship, man.
Good for you, Andre. Good for you. I'm happy to hear that. But listeners, he's such a kind person, such a soft. Andre, that's one thing about you. You never raise your voice. Your voice is always leveled out.
Yeah, so I heard.
And I don't know at your home. I don't know for that. I don't know for the Leclerc people would have to say. But from the time I've known you, even working for so many years at Radio 100 and then coming over here, I've never, if somebody told me that, I would say, I don't know that side of Andre. You know what I mean? At my age right now, what really makes me angry is injustice. Yeah, I think for most people,
I find my blood pressure actually rising when I see blatant injustice in the world. I get upset at this sort of thing. Yesterday I was watching the news unfolding there with the Iran-American-Israel thing, and for the entire day. Blood
pressure was high?
Yeah, because I'm angry at what's going on. I'm just angry for so many reasons. So many reasons. Right? And I think what makes me even more angry is the fact that seems to be cool with some people. That gets me even more angry. Yeah. Like they're cool with that. That's all right. You could just come, take people's life, kill people, murder people, right? And it's all right when some people do it, and when others do it, we have a problem with that. So that's what gets me really, really riled up at my age right now. Yeah. Anyway.
But I hope you don't spend the whole day, if you know that's what rattles you, I hope you don't spend the whole day watching it. Because at some point, even when I was watching it, I had to stop watching.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
You know? It's important that we know what's happening, but at the same time, if it's affecting us physically, Andre, we have to put a stop to it.
Don't you as a young lady, and even now, don't you okay, I can tell you when my grandfather was around, he hit it in advantage, right? And in school, I found in my school days as well, there were some males who were like that. They didn't like when you took advantage of somebody who was weaker. So I think
step forward.
Yeah, they would come and defend you.
Yeah.
Right? They don't like it. They'd get involved in the fight because the fact that you're taken advantage of. Maybe you have 2, 3 putting on one. You know, like that kind of thing. So people get upset at this sort of thing. My grandfather didn't like it at all. Right? I remember one time, I was one of my girlfriends, and the man got upset at me because of something I was doing. He actually got upset because I was actually, in a sense, taking advantage of a situation. He just didn't like people taking advantage of other people. That's how he was.
Probably where you got that from.
Maybe so for true. Maybe so for true.
Yeah.
But yeah. So when I see that man, and to see, the mighty America with a powerful army and so on, right? I'm going against a man like Maduro who can't even fight back. And they feel proud of what they're doing. Okay, you're taking a man, arresting him, not just him, his wife. You're taking his wife as well. You're humiliating the people.
That's just what
does this man's wife have to do with this sort of thing? He has a son there, as a matter of fact, taking them away for what? For some, alleged breaches of this and that and the other. And they're lying bold-faced to the American people. Now, some American people know what's going on. Others just prefer just to, put blinders and so on, like they don't really care. Okay? So you do that, the man can't fight back. Now you're just stifling little Cuba, you're just stifling a country, right? You're involved in the starvation of children. You're involved in separating children from their parents. These kinds of acts that you're doing, right? These things are not cool.
Agreed.
These are not cool things to do. These are inhuman. These are crimes against humanity, and you're doing it simply because you can't do it. Now you're telling me you, the most powerful country or army in the world, you are aligning with another one that's in the Middle East there, Israel, that thinks as though they have to smash like Hulk. Smash, destroy. Okay? Even their own law tells them eye for an eye, one eye for the other eye. Payo is 1,000,000 eyes for one eye. That's the way they operate. I'm saying, you telling me the two of you all there, letting Iran have it left, right, and center. Oh my gosh, man. Let me tell you something. I think we all know how this is going to end. It's not going to end nicely for Iran at all. Okay?
It's not going to end in a hurry either.
Yeah, it's not going to end nicely for Iran. I feel sorry for them, to be honest with you. But the thing is that the way these people are, they will not give in. They just not.
That's why I said it's not going to end in a hurry either.
Yeah, they don't operate like that. What Trump is saying to them is give up everything, your entire arsenal of weapons, things like that, and the people find that that's unreasonable. They're not going to do that. All right? So they're going to get some good licks.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Your country and leave our country. That's how they're seeing it, Andre.
They're going to get some
good licks. He wants to step in every man's country. I just hope he doesn't try and take over the Caribbean as well.
I'm telling you, Iran is going to get some good licks. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's coming.
Right? So the Houthis, I know, it's just a question of time for the Houthis to get involved in this war. Because Hezbollah is already firing rockets at Israel already. And Israel is already taking them on. So the Houthis, I know, are going to be next.
Yeah,
okay? I know that there are groups, in Iraq as well, right, who strongly support Iran. These groups, they all, they have a whole bunch of them there. All of them will get involved in this thing. Unless, of course, good sense prevails. Maybe somebody with a little level head who maybe can reason with Donald Trump and tell him, hey, chill, let's...
And that would have to come from his team.
Yeah, and highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
Okay, highly unlikely. But we are going to be affected pretty soon. The cost of oil will go up. That's for sure. America can weather that easily because you remember now they stole Venezuelan oil. Yeah, that's what it is. It's theft. That's exactly what it is. The oil doesn't belong to America. Would you agree, Lady J?
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to them.
Yeah.
That belongs to the Venezuelan people. So you've stolen the people's oil, so at least you have enough oil now to cushion the effects for you. But the rest of the world now, we have to deal with the outcome of those kinds of things. Yeah, because I know for sure there are called the Straits of Hormuz, which Iran controls. All the ships, those ships, transport the oil. They just go through that channel, right? Exactly. So right now they're going to have to find another way to transport the oil. So it's going to come at an increased cost. Yeah, boy. I mean, I guess when they do things and they're thinking of tomorrow, they're thinking of somebody else, is how it affects them directly, and yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So our Prime Minister was speaking at the 50th CARICOM Summit, Heads of Government Summit in St. Kitts, and he spoke about something that, he's been talking about that for a while, the whole issue of climate change and so on. And he's now saying that they should really get together as a group to respond to climate change.
Yeah, I agree. Put
it's not
their
just
heads together.
Yeah, I agree.
Some might be more, as we call it, what we call educated in climate change than other prime ministers. So I agree, but they need to come together. Totally agree. I mean, there are lots of St. Lucians like Jimmy Fletcher and so on that is educated in that field. So people like him they should create a board too, to get information from him as to what can be done. A lot of, even Sanders very involved in climate change as well and that sort of thing. But people, Andre, we need to get the people that know more about climate change to really come out and educate us.
I agree.
To be prepared. Get that in schools and so on. It's important. It's very, very important. I don't see it, when you think back when you were at school, did they make that important? The answer is no, they didn't. They didn't. But the children of today, it's very important for them.
It's true. I think we just took things for granted.
Yeah.
That there are rivers, right? There's the sea,
the mangroves,
it rains,
whatever.
The mangroves, they're just there, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't know the importance of those things.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But now we're beginning to understand these things are crucial.
And it's important for our tourism industry, so the two go together.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned the mangroves. Yeah. The mangroves are very, very important.
Very important, Andre.
I remember, again, as kids, we didn't know. We call it the MyGo, right? We saw the connection.
And people would try and mash that up.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
We need that for stability.
Yes. We used to have, I don't know how many of them they have right now. I don't know.
Around.
When I was when we used to go to the VG area there and so on, the Malabar beach and so on there were at least two or three of them. I don't remember exactly how many.
They used to have on that
we
side,
used to love it when you see all of a sudden, and it was just a natural process. You'd see there was this opening right between the mangrove and the ocean. Okay. And the water from the mangrove now would go down into the ocean. Yeah. Now, this is the time now where certain types of marine life would go and do their thing now in the mangrove itself. That's where they spawn the next generation. But we didn't understand those things.
I had no idea what that. I just look at it as, look at this, and that was it. Didn't understand.
And I always found that the mangroves, the water's warm. I used to like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, man. So many things.
And even the sound was different when the water would come out. The sound of it. If you listen, it's different.
Let me tell you, when I was a young fella, we used to go down to Labrie, okay? In an area called Londonderry. That's where our family still live in the area today.
Yeah.
And we used to go down to the river, okay? To bathe. And Lady J, I'm telling you, we used to stay on a rock. Myself, Tony, and our cousin called Morris. And we're able to dive into that river, head first. It was so deep. Right? And water would be gushing down that thing.
And of course, y'all didn't understand that there could be rocks down there at the time because y'all were young and y'all didn't care, carefree kind of people.
We knew there were rocks, but it was so deep that we knew we were safe. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
We knew we were safe. So the point I'm making is that that is something that is almost like in the history books.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Children
a
are
river where
hardly
you have that
doing
kind
it.
of depth.
Yeah.
Maybe they still are. I just haven't seen that in a long time. But that's what was going on back in the day,
Andre,
right?
you have to take a drive down there where you were going when you were younger
That's
and
true.
try it out.
That's true.
That's the only way you will know. Don't dive in this time.
I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything. I don't think that's around anymore.
But
I think it's
still,
probably
you can
just
check it
dried
out.
up and everything.
Oh, no, you
Yeah.
can check that out. But
And-
don't dive in. That's many years now. You never know.
Yeah, but I really hope we still have rivers that are that deep. I hope so.
Yeah.
But things have really changed, and now
And people
we
used to be
understand-
washing by the rivers. Do we still see
Oh
that?
yes, that happens in some communities up to now.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on where you're passing, you actually see the ladies there doing the washing in the river. It still happens. But
you know, Andre, I didn't understand it then as a child growing up, but it was really nice looking at it.
Of
All
course.
the women, and they get into conversation.
Yes.
And they're washing their stuff, and
it was
you know?
a time to socialize.
yes.
That's what they talk about the this
Yes.
and the that and the other, and what
Yeah.
they're doing their washing at the
When
same
we were
time.
driving past, I
Man.
remember seeing that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That's a long time ago.
Country life, I guess, is good. I mean, I was, I'm a city girl, but I think country life, from what I gathered, because my mom is originally from Choiseul, and country life, she always said it was good living, in the South.
hmm Okay, just a couple of things before we get into the shout-outs. The health practitioners, right, from St. Lucia, they were involved in some gathering. I think they got assistance from Japan and so on in staging this gathering. And they were talking about non-communicable diseases. These are the ones that give us all the chalet, the high blood pressure, diabetes, the cancer, those kinds of things, right?
And take our monies from us.
Exactly.
Because, how do you get better? You have to spend.
It's true. It's really true. So I think they're studying Japan and the Japanese health system and so on. But the chief medical officer was talking about the fact that in Japan, the life expectancy is very, very high for both males and females, right? And they have what they call low rates of non-communicable diseases, the things that are killing us, both
Very good.
males and females, the LDC, the non-communicable diseases, right? So they are studying the Japan model, and I'm looking forward to hear what it is that they found out as to why life expectancy is a lot higher in Japan. People live to I think,
So what
over
they eat,
100 and
what they
112,
do, what they eat.
113, 114,
people.
115, if I'm not mistaken,
True.
116. There are a whole bunch of them. They live long. And they don't really racked by these degenerative diseases that we have today. So they must be doing something right, Lady J. So I really hope the ministry updates us on their findings. So, Chief Medical Officer, Ms. George, I'm sure the public is looking forward to hearing, your findings, because I'm curious to hear what is
Andrew,
it.
of course you are. You were the one that said you want to live to 100.
You're right. You're right about that. Yeah.
So
with good health.
you are.
With good health. Yeah, I'm serious. I really would like to know. Now, kind of related to that, I read a story this morning about a new study, okay, of what they call super agers. So these are people in the 80s and 90s, and they're discovering that these people have some way that the brain cells regenerate.
Is that right?
Yes, even in those people aged 80 to 90, the people say that they are shocked. So they're wondering what it is that these people are doing that would actually cause, instead of those cells maybe beginning to degenerate, as what happens in the case of Alzheimer's
dementia,
and dementia and so on. In their particular case, right, it's actually like, in other words, like coming to life again. Amazing.
And
like a
who
miracle.
found that out?
There's a
This
study.
came from what?
Yeah, there's I think the University, Northwestern University School of Medicine in Chicago. They're involved in that
Study?
that study. They studied elderly men and women with superior memories for over 25 years. Okay, they were studying those people. So they came up with some.
They've been studying the people for 25 years?
25 years, yeah, those
Wow.
people, yeah. So they came up with some very, very interesting things, and it's for all of us to take note, okay? The director of research at the Institute for Neurodegenerative Diseases in Florida, right? He said that lifestyle changes, including, here we go again, diet, exercise, reducing stress, optimizing sleep, along with managing vascular risk. Now, the vascular risk, folks, has to do with the heart. Okay, I guess again the diet and everything, that we don't have the veins that are clogged up. If you have an
enlarged heart and all of that
kind of thing, that blood is flowing freely through the body and so on. So managing vascular risk is said there, including your diet, exercise, reducing stress, and optimizing sleep. And they said something interesting as well. They said there that these people, hear that, they challenge their brain every day by reading or learning something new.
Yes, Andre. Important.
Yes.
Very, very important.
So,
even with the dementia, it's good to stimulate the persons, even if it's 15 minutes. You know?
So, folks, they say that these people, the super agers, right, they challenge their brain every day by reading
something
or learning something new.
That's why they say the Scrabbles, the puzzles, these things are very important for them.
Yes.
For us, but for them who have dementia and so on, to have them to, take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day.
Yes.
You know?
Thank you for those comments. In addition to that, they say that the super agers are physically active and continue to work well in their 80s and 90s.
Wow, Andre, we need whatever they found the study, whatever they're giving them, they need to patent it for it to get out there. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So these people are physically active. I guess walking maybe, because you always talk
and
about
eating well.
Walking.
Probably. Eating
but they're
well,
physically
probably.
active.
You know?
You're physically active and you continue to work. I'm so fortunate that I do my work here, that I don't have to retire. There's no compulsory retirement.
Yeah.
At a certain age and so on, you have to step aside to allow the next generation to come along.
Andrew, I can tell you, if you were still at the next station, you would still be there.
I hope so.
I'm telling you, you'd still be there. Come on. You were loved over there. They wouldn't let you want.
I am amazed.
They wouldn't let
some
you
of my
go.
old buddies, the guys have retired since age 50 already, The guy's literally retired from the public service, age 50, somewhere around there.
Is that around the age? What's the age? 55,
I think 50, 55, somewhere around there.
Something like that.
The guy's retired long days.
I think it's time it goes up to 60.
There's a friend of mine who was calling the station. Well, these days he finally got a stable job, and I'm so happy for the gentleman. I'm so happy for him. He used to call my show all the time, but very, very frustrated and everything. He said he retired, I think, for an age, what did he say about you, 40 or something like that, in front of the fire service. Okay? And he's been so frustrated for all these years because he has not really been able to get a job that is stable. He's always in something now, and he's out next maybe another year or 2 years. And he was getting really, really frustrated.
Of course,
He'd share those things with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Because your independence is gone.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how, when you consider the fact that governments over the years have not paid much attention to the elderly, right? That you're retiring so early. There's nothing much for available to you when you do that, because that means now you have.
Sometimes, depending on what your salary was, the little bit that you're getting is not sufficient to do anything.
Exactly. Imagine that you're just so frustrated. But as I say, thank God, boy. I mean, a job, and well, even more so now that nobody can tell me to get out.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
I mean, most people can do is suggest I get out.
Yeah.
But to tell me, you have to make way for other people, nah. I want to continue doing this thing as long as I can. Okay? So,
well, as long as the voice is there.
Yes, of course.
Because even if you are able to walk, you don't have the voice, it can't be done.
That's true. But so far, so good.
The strength's got to stay in there.
So stay physically active, folks, and continue to work as long as you can. You know what I'm saying?
And I think I put that on my post today, by the way. It's remember the omega. That's important, your omega-3. Remember the magnesium, and remember protein. If they keep that in mind, Andre.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes we fall back, because not all the time. Sometimes my omega-3 finishes. But I always find when I take the magnesium, Andre, I feel better. Because if I miss a month of magnesium sometimes, at some point in the night, I get a little crampy.
Really? Yeah?
Yes,
Wow.
I do. If I miss a month or two. Because I don't really like pills, but it is what it is. So you have to remind yourself to take it. But I do find also by taking the magnesium, I get a better night's sleep. So if you read about it, it is not false. It is true. Yeah.
There's something more, just a little more, for the super agers, right? They are social beings. They are social. Remember we spoke about it a while ago? the washing in the river and so on. Well, that's how they are. They're surrounded by family. Okay? In other words, they have some kind of connection. It's not some people like, I live on my own. I'm in my own vibe, my own space. Leave me alone. Don't come and talk to me. There's a friend of mine, right? He was just like that. So he used to leave his home and Lime for days and so on. And the family, wouldn't really check, because that's just the way he was. Just in his own world, his own vibe. Until one time, the family noticed that they hadn't heard from him or seen him in about 3 weeks. Yeah, so they began to worry and so on, and they started making inquiries and this sort of thing. And after maybe close to a month, they realized, hey, this is getting really, really serious. So they went to his residence, and the man was dead inside there.
Ouch.
Yeah, and nobody knew that. So there are people like that. So folks, I know for some of us, maybe we've been disappointed, we've been hurt by people, and that happens a lot, right? But try not to be like that. Don't isolate yourself.
Don't become a hermit. But also, Andre, sometimes they have lost family members. They no longer have family members, so they're all alone. So that's how I always, like you just said, you need a friend or two or three or seven. You do need friends.
Because
no
they said surrounded by family and friends.
Yeah, you do need friends.
Okay, and listen to that. They can be found also volunteering.
That's right.
In the community.
Yeah.
These people, so they're involved, they're doing things.
But a lot of people tell you, Andre, even when we speak, sometimes the volunteering, you're volunteering, but that organization wants you to put some money per month or per year. But you already retired, you may not have the funds.
There you go.
So then you tell yourself, I'm just going to stay home. And that's what happens. So they need some organizations that let's do things without having to put money towards the organization itself. So these people come in and assist, but they don't have to give. They do. They don't give from their little salaries or bank accounts and whatever. And we have to understand that.
So these are good points you're making, Lady J.
No, it's true.
Right? It's a good point that you're making. So I think moving forward, I think we have a minister for elderly affairs in St. Lucia. I really believe, to be honest with you, I really, really believe that this should be like a portfolio for one person. Okay, and let that person concentrate. Seriously, don't let them be involved in other things. Let them really, really concentrate on the aged in the country, because we're not doing a good job where that thing is concerned. We're not.
I think they just put it on this time, so who knows? Maybe your point will be taken the next time.
I'm suggesting that, Mr. Prime Minister.
I do agree with you.
Because we're behind. We're way, way, way behind when it comes to the treatment of the elderly.
Like we totally ignore the elderly.
Big time.
Yeah, until now, we're hearing about it.
Exactly.
But before that, we hardly heard anything.
Yeah, so I think, as I said, moving forward, right? Yes, it's a beautiful thing to have that ministry, but that should be, like, to me, dedicated to one particular person, and not just somebody who, because of the politics. It has to be somebody who has a genuine love for the elderly and understanding and compassionate and so on. And I find that's too often, we place certain people on boards and so on because of the politics. And these people have no real empathy in them. They come with ideas that are almost draconian because they want to show that they are tough and so on. No, we have to be looking at those things. And put people in those positions who have the
I would say who
passion,
have been there, who understand it, maybe have an older mother or whatever, but they have to, as we say, compassion, feel. You have to have that feeling, that understanding for you to see where other people are coming from and for you to implement the changes.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. All right. So that's it. I hope we learned a few things today.
I did, Andre. Every time I come to work, I learn something.
Yes,
I've always learned from you, Andre. From the time I went to Radio 100, you're the one that taught me. Remember the board? Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. And by the way, Lady J, there's something I want to ask you. In all the time that we've been around each other, okay, and especially we used to go on those walks and so on by ourselves, you and me, until of course.
We added more.
It started spreading that we were doing this thing and so on. Have I ever at any point been disrespectful to you?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Never. And Andre, if you were, I would tell you. You know me.
Yes.
I would tell you, hey,
and we were
if
tight.
You want us to remain friends.
Yeah, and we were tight.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, we were so tight that some of the fellas used to think that maybe that's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And Lady J would have to go to extreme measures to explain. No.
Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Tell them, hold up.
Yeah.
And Andre's there laughing.
It's true. I said, Lady J, why you stressing yourself over the fellas there?
Say, hold up. If you don't say hold up, some of them believe it. And they meant his wife or his girlfriend. No, you have to sort of pause.
And I tell you something, you're not the only one, There are lots of ladies, I spend time around and they will tell you, I never cross that line.
It's
never.
respect, Andre. It's respect. I totally agree. And that makes us feel comfortable.
Around,
Yeah, because some people, some men you might be, or guys you be around and you say, I don't want to be around him. He's annoying. Because every word he says is, I like to see you. They don't know that's disgusting. Women don't always like to hear that.
Exactly.
How about how's your day? Yeah? How you doing today? Everything okay? That's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear about, how you doing today? I like to see you. That put on kind of thing is annoying.
What I would do
to you.
Yeah,
like a common thing they say, you've got great legs, but then what happens after? What they say after? Andrew, that's annoying.
Tell them, Lady J.
It's totally annoying.
All right.
Well, Andre, one thing I don't always like when I'm walking and
that.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I just think it's so disrespectful for me. And I never turn back for it. But if they say good morning loudly, I will answer, turn back, good morning, how you doing? Yes, I do that. But, I'm always one to say good morning. Yeah. My mom brought me up very well when it comes to greetings.
Wonderful. Okay, Lady J, let's get into the shout-outs.
Yes, let's do that, Andre. Let's see what we have today. Remember, we were in March, Andre. Today's the 2nd of March.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the month of March.
To the month of March. Pius Snappy says, good morning.
Morning, Pius. Hope all is well.
Yeah, Erin Shalmine says, good morning on this rainy Monday. That's true. It's raining. Stay safe, dry, and warm. Bless love to all listeners, Lady J and Andre. Good morning, Erin. Yes. And Kavinia, she says good morning to one and all. Good morning,
That's
Kavinia.
Kavinia.
Oh, yes, you said that.
The curvy lady. The curvy lady.
Josiane. All right. She says a lot. Good morning, REV-UP family. A blessed and productive day to all. Happy birthday to me, she says. And I will be celebrating the entire month. I agree with you, girlfriend. That's Josiane. Andre, that's Josiane. You sent greetings to her earlier.
I heard you.
She said she'll be celebrating the entire month.
Wow. Yeah, some people like that. Yeah.
Let's just remind her that while she's celebrating, we need cake at REV-UP, St. Lucia. Josiane, you heard that? Christine says, blessed Monday to you both. Thank you, Christine. Appreciate. Oops, it's flying up too fast. Hold on. Erin says happy birthday to Josiane. And REV-UP St. Lucia says happy birthday to Josiane as well. Lucita says good morning, Andre and lovely Lady J. Lady J, your outfit color is outstanding. Love it. Be safe. Thank you. Appreciate that. Nothing new, by the way, in case they think that, it's purchased for. No, it's all in the wardrobe. Yes. Joan T says, good morning, Lady J and Andre. Happy new month. And week to you both. Happy to have you back. Miss you guys on Friday. Anyways, your beautiful dress. Love it. And enjoy your day. It's actually a jacket. Yes. Thank you, Joan T. And Andre, she's saying happy to have us back. Because remember Friday, we weren't on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah. Lucita says, good morning, everyone, on live and Radio Garden. Share the link. Thank you, Lucita. Jerome would appreciate that. Hope you are okay up there, buddy. Appreciate what now? What did we say that he would appreciate? I'm not sure. For Tony, what was it?
I can't recall.
Alexis says, good morning to everyone. Elsa Hippolyte, she says, greetings to Andre, Lady J, and all in the chat room. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, Elsa. Erin comes back and says, yes, Andre, I too got a ton
of licks.
As the firstborn, you're getting licks for the younger ones too. I know it's licks I get in, so I would still do what I want, what I was not supposed to do. I also disciplined my son by taking away what he liked. Yeah, we don't have to put our hands on the children. Not at all. Lucita says, happy birthday, Josie Ann. More blessings. Enjoy your day. Now, you see, Lucita, how she spell it, Josie Ann. See that? Josie Ann. That's why when I first saw that word, that name, I was like, how do you pronounce it? You know? But Josie Ann, because that's how I've always seen it. Lucita says, Mwemem, Andre, up to now, my friend talking about Andre said she had to leave Andre.
A friend?
So in other words, I was an ex-girlfriend of yours.
Oh, okay, that's a friend. That's
she
a friend
said,
of hers.
Andre Andre not yet ready. Up to now, Andre ain't ready. Oh Lord,
Hey,
Andre, put not your business.
We papa. Well, of course, that's a matter of opinion. What can I say?
Well, you said they left you anyway, so it's because you weren't ready. Simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's just repeating.
But she's saying she's going further. She's saying up to now, I'm still not ready.
Nah. You can't say that. You can't say that. You have to let Andre speak for himself. Not all persons want to get married. Maybe you're one of those, Andre? Do you think you'll get married?
Well, eventually, yeah, I guess I will.
Andre, you have more years. You have less years ahead of you, and you're saying you still want to get married?
So, you think I shouldn't?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Okay.
So I'm surprised that you're saying that. I thought you had actually given up on marriage.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not.
So there's hope.
There's some hope.
All right. Pearl says, good morning to you, the REV-UP family, and all in the chat room. Blessed Monday to all. Okay. What you laughing at, Andre? You ready? You want to share? You want to share?
Yeah. so somebody just messaged me. Let me see. Person says, maybe you're not interested in the person. Yeah. That's one of my exes who sent that, Yeah. I'm waiting with those women.
An ex saying that?
An ex saying that. You see? Coming to my defense. Did I tell you? We're good.
I thought you wanted to make back. I thought this person wanted to make back.
Maybe.
Andre, you had something else. And they were encouraging you. She's encouraging you.
Yeah, man.
Lucita Japia says, how is Mama Shasha? Well, Shasha is always tuned in.
Yeah, one of my biggest defenders. Yeah, she message me right now. Hey.
I will take that to mean that she wants to make back. That's how I'm going to take
it. You take it?
Yes.
Well, when you find
I don't know about you.
When you find out exactly who it is,
I think I have an idea.
You say, okay, no way, that person will not want to come back.
All right. Okay. Edward says, bless good morning, REV-UP audience and hosts. Thank you, Edward. Erin answers to Lucita. She has her good and bad days, but she's okay. Arthur Charles says, Andre, you know what Arthur
Today
Charles
is the
says.
birthday of the following persons.
All right, let's see what he says. Good morning, folks. Today is the birthday of the following person.
You see?
Miss Lucille Marshall, Mr. Cromwell Goodrich, Josiah Josie Larcher, Andre's best neighbor.
Correct is right.
And Jan Emmanuel. Well, happy birthday, all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week and month. She-Chub says, Andre, the Venezuelan people rejoicing about Maduro being captured and you upset, ? You're not answering that.
I'm sorry.
That was for you. Andre, the Venezuelan people rejoicing about Maduro being captured and you upset, ?
No, I'm upset about the way it was done.
You've always said that.
Yeah, that is illegal. You can't just go and just, okay, think of it, Lady J. Can somebody just get up and just go and arrest Donald Trump? Say, for example...
Totally impossible.
Say Nicolas Maduro were to try something like that, okay? Or let's say Vladimir Putin were to try something like that. You can't do those things, okay? And to show you how you cannot do it, he would never think of trying that on Vladimir Putin. He would never, I guess he could cross his mind, but he cannot do that. And he knows he can't do it. But you see, he does it with Maduro because Maduro can't fight back. He's a bully. That's all. All right? So when you see the people rejoicing, sorry. The issue is not about rejoicing. The issue is about whether what is done is legal or illegal.
True.
Okay? Right. And they came up with a whole bunch of charges against the guy saying the man was sending fentanyl to the U.S. That's a lie.
When there was no evidence.
There's no evidence of that. There's nothing. In fact, all those boats that they bomb in there's no evidence that the people involved in anything untoward. I'm not saying they are not, but there's no evidence.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, good. So if you, the chimer, if you're concerned about things like what is right and what's wrong, you wouldn't talk that foolishness.
Andre, calm down.
No, but that's foolishness.
Calm down, Andre.
I don't like to have foolishness, and that's foolishness. Because one two people celebrate. That means everybody's celebrating. That's not the case at all.
No.
Go ahead.
Kenton says, "I will never understand." So that's the same person that's saying that. The person is responding, "I will never understand," to the person who made the comment. Sills Rubs on Fiction. Hello, good morning, Andre and Lady J. We got some rain today. Capital rain, R-A-I-N. We did. I was walking at the time, yeah. Rain fell in the north after 6 and then minutes past 7:30. So somewhere there, yeah. And so we needed it. Excellent. Pleasant day. Blessings always. Yeah, we needed the rain. Kenton says brain cells can regenerate through, I guess, Andre, when you spoke about the elderly persons, he says Henry, he says brain cells can regenerate through process called neurogenesis, which occurs throughout life in specific brain regions and can influence by lifestyle and injury. And can be influenced by lifestyle and injury. Why injury?
Influenced by lifestyle and injury.
I could understand lifestyle, but why injury?
Injury to the brain, I imagine. Something maybe outside of the person, an accident. I'm just guessing. That's what they're talking about.
But I say regenerate.
Right. I think.
So if you have an injury, why is it regenerating?
My understanding is that in a case like that, then it won't, because of the injury. That's my understanding. I could be wrong.
Well, it's not written that way. But anyway, yeah. But we understand what he's saying, yeah. And Irene says, well, I'm missing some. Okay, James says, good morning, Lady J and AP. Have a good one. All right. Great show, guys. Thank you, Herman. Empress Bobo Jabapti says, greetings. Greetings to you. Siko says, those things was in the past. I don't know what things. Those things was in the past. I don't know. Lucita says, good morning, sis. Andre is a good guy. But she always writes Andrea. Siko, I guess. Who is Siko, a man?
Well, I know a Siko, but I don't think she's the one chiming in.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Okay. Gregor de Tourville says, hey, Lady J and Andre, good to see you. Thank you, Gregor.
All right, Gregor.
I think that's it on the Facebook. And did we say good morning to DBS? Good morning, DBS. I don't think we...
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, good morning, DBS. Yeah, definitely. Let's see the messages. Oh, boy. Sylvester says, happy birthday to Josiane. We love you. So Josiane, Joseph Sylvester sends happy birthday greetings to you. And that is from the platform. And this person says, happy belated Earth Strong to my loving auntie, Marceline of New Development in Soufrière, celebrating her Earth Strong yesterday, Sunday. Wishing her more blessings, more life, more health. This greetings is coming from your niece, Empress Bobo, and also the Jabaptiste family in Castries and Soufrière, with love always. And she sends a heart. Okay, right. Wendy says, the Japanese don't drink milk, they drink teas all day and eat a lot of fish.
Interesting. Yeah.
And she says, I agree with, I don't know what that is, Slave Star, Slaves, Slave Star, I don't know what that, Johnson, who is that? The spelling, I don't know. Johnson Charles should have played. And also,
I think somebody
KK,
called.
have a wonderful day.
Somebody called about that this morning.
Oh, well, she have it at 11:11, so it's on the wrong thing, yeah. And this person says, Andre, imagine I did not win anything on your show. Welcome, my dear Lady J from Teacher Jean.
Teacher Jean. Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Big up REV-UP. Teacher Jean is here. And she also says, good morning, Andre. The last story was a God-inspired.
Okay, must be the one on
wait. This is
on the super agents.
But it's not. Good morning, Andre and Lady J. Greetings to all REV-UP family from Teacher Jean. Happy birthday with love to Josiane. I live close by. Can I comfort drink from Teacher Jean of La Clary? So, Josiane, hey, you better start a party because people, since you blasted, Andre, since she blasted on Facebook, now people want the party.
And the cake.
Well, they want a party, so the party would have cake, ice cream, and drinks. Oh, cake, hey, yes. Now, Chef Thaddeus is saying good morning to you and AP.
Morning, Thaddeus.
Let AP know Chef Thaddeus say
is
hi.
in the house. Yes, I. All right, Thaddeus. Good hearing from you, man. Always a pleasure.
I got it. And Luther is typing. Just now, let me see this. What is he typing? So we'll go to the next message because he's still typing. Okay, there you go. Luther says, welcome to the month of March. Happy birthday to you, Josiane. Cut your cake and celebrate my girl. He sends lots of cakes. So Josiane, Luther sends lots of cakes to you. So I guess you know where to go for cakes.
I guess so. Yeah. Except in this case, you have to pay.
Oh, that's a good one, Andre. All right. And this is the last one. This one's, it's voice note. So we can't, we won't be able to listen because it's voice note. Yeah. That's it, Andre.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun as always. Thank you very much, Lady J, for indulging me.
Yeah. It was fun, Andre.
Yeah. So let's see.
It's Friday. I must admit, I was very worried for you because you don't usually see you, and I realized your listeners, I would say, they know you so well.
Yeah, they picked up
on your, I wouldn't say silence because you weren't very silent.
My reticence.
But you were not very talkative, and they picked up on that.
Imagine that.
Andre, imagine that.
That's amazing. Wow. And
so what are you going to do about that, Andre? Now you're going to be midway. Don't do too much because they know you now. So level up. Stay in the middle.
You know, when the gentleman asked me, what was going on, I said to him, I had other things on my mind. That's what I said.
He said,
but I did, I did actually have other things on my mind, which was to rush, out of here and go and check a doctor right away. Yes. I think there's something in the air. I met a few people tell me that they had the same symptoms. Some people actually vomiting and so on. Thank God I didn't vomit, thank God.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. So, Andre, you left whatever you had at your home, right? You didn't bring it here.
Oh, well, I hope
I got to put that in Facebook. I got to put that in listeners. I got to put that in.
Yeah. Okay. So, folks, we got to wrap it up. This has been another Harddrive for today. Today's a fresh month, which is the month of March. Today is the 2nd of March, 2026. So, ladies, just before
International Women's Day on March 8th.
Okay, and so leading up to the event, Lady J is going to be having interviews with some, outstanding ladies, right? Solution ladies
in the business.
Yeah. Okay. So, what can we expect on the show today, Lady J?
The hit of the day, we do have to talk to Miss Silly's this afternoon too. We also have the news coming up, and then we have Safe Streets. I think it is Safe Streets. So, Andre, we also want to talk about the bones, the same thing I just spoke about, why magnesium and your proteins and so on is important. So we're going to be talking about that as well, just before 2 o'clock. Just before she comes in, we'll talk about that. And entertainment news, of course.
Yeah,
what's making it to the news.
And folks, let me just let you know that pretty soon, Paul Politic will be making a comeback, as well as Meet the Opposition.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, meet the minister. The opposition, they're going to be coming back as well, but they're a little more, I don't know, for now, getting things settled and so on. And after then, they should be coming on. But for sure, pretty soon, Paul Politic, it's going to be at a new time, by the way. It's going to be at a new time. As well, yeah. So that's going to be, I won't tell you exactly when, but Paul Politic is coming back, and then as well Meet the minister on Friday. Okay.
Very good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, folks, this has been.
Have a good day, people.
Yeah, this has been Harddrive for today. Thank you to those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and of course on DBS television as well. Thank you so much for the company. And of course, Linda and the entire staff at DBS, thank you so much, for carrying our show here at REV-UP. We really do appreciate that. And we feel honored that you are taking the time, because this is valuable airtime that you have there to actually carry the show. Yeah. We feel pretty good about that.
Yeah,
certainly. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. And not just that, Linda supports us in so many other ways.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so many other ways. So thank you very much, Linda. Much appreciated. All right? Do take care of yourself. And today is going to be REV-UP the Homegrown with Zen the DJ. So he's going to be on this afternoon for specifically REV-UP the Homegrown between 4 and 5.
Okay.
Okay? And that's going to be every Monday. And every Friday is going to be REV-UP the Homegrown Top 10. Okay, so this afternoon between 4 and 5, Zen will be here with REV-UP the Homegrown. And of course, he'll be actually coming on from 3 o'clock this afternoon until 6. Yeah. Okay? So do enjoy the rest of your day. Keep it locked to REV-UP St. Lucia. This has been Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves
Are you sleeping?
on 95.9 FM, the alpha of radio.
Have you noticed behavioral changes and